Hello everyone, and we're back to Dark Cloud today. Wow, I'm gonna be honest, I'm struggling to remember what we did last time. I believe we finished Claude's house, and it's time to go back in. What floor are we on? We're on floor 7. Okay. More tutorial stuff. Uh-huh. Oh, special areas, back floors. So we definitely already went into a back floor. It requires a tram oil for this section, for this particular dungeon. More powerful monsters that reward more experience, and then just more rewards because you have chests and everything. Definitely seems to be where you get most of the um, items to increase weapons. And it's definitely not. It's you can collect the items that are required. So for this one, it would be the tram oil. You can collect them and use them in between floors. Just because a floor has the tram, just because it has a tram, does not mean you're going to get tram oil. Which, on one hand kind of sucks, but at the same time, it goes into, resource usage. Something I wish I would have thought about, because I didn't necessarily know what it was at the time. But this particular zone is you lose weapon experience whenever you kill enemies. So yeah, that was a big mistake that I had made. If I remember correctly, we were like almost halfway done with the level, and now I'm using up resources and everything instead of just running through. Which, if I remember correctly, you have to take that risk with to get the item to get out of the floor, the Dan's Crest. Like, that's only dropped by enemies. Yeah. The place is also set to where you're practically cursed. You can't switch weapons. So I feel like once we do have other weapons that we're using, we might want to have it set up to where, like, we switch to the default weapon if we're not using it before going into a zone. But I don't know. That depends on what kind of limited zones we end up running into. But so far, this is obviously the first one, and that was the whole reduce health or reduce XP. Let's see, so we got tram oil now. One hand, I don't want to use it because that would mean I'm only getting the items and I wouldn't be getting the weapon XP, which a weapon XP is nice because it's just a lot more experience for the amount that you end up using, right? But let's go ahead and get those items, because honestly the items are going to be more important. You could always grind out. That's close. You can always grind out the whole XP aspect. See, pearls increase the endurance by a lot, and the thunder, but like, not knowing the elemental weaknesses and whatnot kind of defeats the whole thing. Now, this is just more of an example of like my issue with resisting the whole kill all the enemies in the area. Like, I'm very subject to FOMO and everything, the fear of missing out. And yeah, it could also just be like it's a better habit to always be And here I'm wanting to test out item damages. But, words. I'd say it's probably a better habit to be in the habit of taking out all the enemies. You know, you do waste a little bit of resource, but like overall, I think it's fine. And here I finally skip all the enemies because, you know, there's no need to deal with them. Empty room. Those are always dangerous. Oh, we got Dante knockoff. Let's go. It is weird how similar he is to Dante. Like, he's got the big broadsword, he's got the weird jacket thing with no undershirt. Actually, I'm curious now. What, when did everything come out? So, Dark Cloud 1 came out in 2000. DMC 1 came out, oh, in 2001. Interesting. Well, hate to admit it, but Dark Cloud did it first. Found some secret lore. Devil May Cry stealing off of Dark Cloud for edgy character designs. Though to be fair, what he's got now seems more DMC3 Dante, which is, you know, whatever. It's still good, but I could see, like, 'cause there's a lot of genie related aesthetics going on. I'm assuming that's what it's more based on. It's just, you know, coincidental, but, you know, it's fun. It's fun to think about. I'm gonna be very sad if I end up missing any of these mini games throughout the entire playthrough, because just, you know, really nice to have the extra bonuses. Opal. See, because those things are just important. I have no idea what that energy attack is. Like, I don't understand where his powers come from or anything like that. Oh no, blood. Pretty sure this is a rated T game. Classic. Protagonist doesn't dodge an attack, just protect someone behind them. It's been going on for a long time. See, that's a strange concept. You know, you save the cat. Now, here's a way for you to have it pay you back. It's a... You know, there's a lot of things in the like 2000s era of media that always has like the most out-of-pocket things. Woo! And of course, I have played this game before, so I know. I know why The reason that I straight up left without exploring around is because I know I need another character to to get in there, or to get over the chasm thing. You know, hate to spoil it, but you know that's just the case. My house. I have a whole bunch of people. I'm definitely getting the habit now of like anytime that I set a building piece down, I'm like running around trying to find chests. You know, every little bit is important. It's our mother, Renee. Yeah, that is weird. It's like if there was any like thing to already know what you want or what should be going there, it's that one. It shouldn't. And I get that it's like a thing you have to constantly do. Like having to ask your mom about that. It's just it's weird, but like it keeps with like the rest of the routine. That has a massive bell too. Yeah. Zhao. The only reason I knew how to pronounce that as a kid was because I played so much Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. Getting cheeky with the naming process. Felix. I know it's a girl cat, but you know. What does it matter? Changing potion on the cat. And this is the part that I'm talking about that's just like weird. It's like you owe me, so now I'm gonna change your entire species for you to assist me. I also find it weird that like they're immediately able to talk like that, or just, you know, perfectly communicate in your language. You know, the things that don't get looked into whenever you play games like this. Like, you know, you have to skip over a lot of like nuance or like weird things. Also, why are the ears so big? Like, that seems too big for like a cat, right? Especially for like the, well, I don't know. It seems weird. She feels more like a weird elf type thing. But to be fair, cat girls weren't as developed or uniform. There wasn't such a common design of cat girls during that time. You know, it is one of the few examples that I'm aware of where it's something like that. But now we have an ally. Still no weapons. Starting weapons, got a new ally. So, first step, getting a new ally before we get a new weapon. Which I don't know if that's common or not. I don't even remember my earlier playthroughs that well. I always found this awkward. Why? Thank you for building my house. Here's some soap. I get that, like, it's an actual item used to get rid of that goo status we ran into earlier, but still. That's so odd. And cheese. Soap and cheese. Cheesy soap, soapy cheese. Crazy. But yeah, I know I did this, I think the last playthrough I did. Maybe it was the first one that I finished as well, because I have beaten this game twice. I don't know if it was the first one as well, but I definitely know for the second one, I made sure to get 100% of the, I think it was analysis or something. Or no, not analysis. The requests, like 100% of the requests, because of course, you know, games like this, they reward you for things like that. So I've already talked about why I don't want to set up the buggy yet. But on top of that, I want to get Pike's stuff done first because I think the shop is bigger if you have him done first. I think. But yeah. So now we'll work on improving Felix's weapons. You know, in a bit. I did learn through looking at the stamina drink that stamina is supposed to increase your power or something. So, you know, you hit harder. That's important. I feel like no matter how many times I play this game, I'm always gonna overuse those pawns, just because of just how valuable they are. It's pretty ridiculous how valuable it is. Auntie Laura. Yeah, no. So like 9 times out of 10, using ranged weapons is just going to be superior to using the melee weapons because it's going to be the same durability used no matter what you're attacking. The only thing that's going to matter is how much damage each shot is taking, right? Guide the enemy, let's go. Yeah. I mean, as long as you can get some good damage going, ranged options is going to be superior every level. There are enemies that know how to what's the word we're looking for? They have ways to block all the damage that they would take, right? So like things like the Mimic, when they hunker down, like you're just gonna do no damage. The skeleton, King skeleton jacket, they blow up the shields. And that's another thing. Without repair powders, you can get more uses out of the ranged weapons because you go at a set amount of uses every time you do it. You can get closer to that 0 mark without actually breaking, as long as you're careful. It's harder to do that with the melee weapons because how much endurance that they use is dependent on what you're actually hitting. So yeah, no, it's strange. Plus, like, I want to be able to, because I believe I've mentioned this before, I want to make all the characters strong and not just the main character. That is made difficult by the fact that you get to play him a lot more often, with him being the first one. But But we're gonna see how it goes. Upgrade, let's go. So let's do the first status break. 60% of the weapon's abilities. I think this game would be much more annoying to upgrade without this feature, for sure. Because this just like jump starts a lot of weapons. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to avoid avoid actually upgrading or absorbing the sensor into weapons and just like moving it around, you know, just making each one like in their own way stronger and more powerful, and just build up a stockpile of these synth spheres. Because with that, I could have synth spheres that would be used for jump starting weapons, and I can have synth spheres that are meant for actually going into the weapon for evolution purposes. But sadly, that's all the time we have for today. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and subscribe and share it with somebody. Goal is 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.